Welcome, KSL Gang. Welcome KSL Gang and Happy New Year. I'm going to start off 2025 by talking about a fairly new fragrance brand that actually came out last year. I got introduced to them at the beginning of October. They reached out. Their story and how they come up with their fragrances was very interesting. So what better way to start off the new year talking about something new and fresh and unique? The brand is called Maison de l'Avenir, which means House of the Future. They sent me 3 of their fragrances and I have them well over a month. I could have came on when I first got them and talked about them for a little bit, but y'all know me, I really like to give each fragrance their time and really test them out. They describe themselves as an affordable niche brand, and when you think of niche fragrances, they can start off around $150 to $300, and depending on the method they use and what ingredients they use, it can go up to $500, and these fragrances are well under $100. So anything under $100 and niche is definitely affordable. What made me super interested, they actually use AI to create these fragrances based on customers' liking and what they're looking for, which is really cool. If you're into unique, luxury, high-end, affordable, lasting fragrances, you definitely want to stick around and hang out. Okay, let's jump in. The first one we have is Aurora Opulence. We're going to talk about the packaging first. Now, I know I'm known to jump right into my fragrance reviews, but I have to show love to each one of these packagings. The boxes are very well made. They have some weight to them. The way the founder talks about the packaging, they want it to be an experience before you even get to the fragrance itself. They want you to be amazed when you look at the packaging. This is a beautiful box. It comes in, and when you open it from the front, it's snugged in where it will be very well secured. At the top of the box, it'll give you their story and everything you want to know behind the fragrances. And these are all 100 ml, and the bottle itself is pretty heavy. Not only the boxes are well made, the actual fragrance bottles are very well made, and the price for these on the quality that you get, it's top tier. So this one is a more just elegant, sleek type of bottle. So let's get into the fragrance. So the top notes are pepper, saffron, bergamot, peach, mandarin. The middle, rose, jasmine, honeycomb, and the base, dry woods, musk, vanilla, patchouli, and oak moss. This one is described as romantic and enchanting. The opening on this one is very bright and sparkling. I get a burst of citrus and fruitiness. On my skin on the opening, the peach, it really stands out. It's a fruity, fresh peach, but I also get a nice amount of citrus. But then you have that slight spiciness from the pepper, so it's bright, fruity with some spiciness. From the opening, it's already giving really strong and perfumey before it even starts to dry down. As it starts to dry down, I get a nice blend of the rose and honeycomb. It gives it a nice touch of sweetness and elegance, especially from the rose. I always say fragrances with the rose smell nice and elegant and feminine. To me, that's where that romantic, alluring feel comes from it, the way they describe it, especially when you get those floral notes. But as it dries down, it gets really warm and woody, but it keeps that fruity, sweet, and floral notes in the mix. Overall, it's a nice balance of floral, woody. It's a mixture of a romantic scent and sophisticated. Like if you want to wear this during the day and just bring it on to the night, it's perfect. I had to start off with this one because out of the 3, this is my top favorite. It's like a more grown and sexy version of Bath & Body Works Sweet Petal Pound Cake or Zara's Rose Gourmand. If you like those and you want a more elevated one, more perfumey, sexy version, this is it. And of course, they layer perfectly with this one. And wearing all of these, I wanted to make sure I was doing something that day so I can really see how I was going to perform. So I started out with it around 7:45 a.m. after my shower routine, and around 12:30 noon, it was still on me pretty good. On my skin, it was lingering for the first 3 hours really nice, and then it was closer to my skin skin, but it was still there. But on my actual clothes, it went past the 5-hour mark. Even the next day when I was doing laundry, it was still on my clothes. So that's amazing. This one, a winner. And next we have Nebula Nectar. One of the most beautiful, stunning packaging I have ever seen. When you open it from the side, it's like art. And this is what he was talking about when he wants the packaging to get your attention before you get to the fragrance. It's like they brought the showroom to you personally when you open it out the box. Like, these look like mini displays. But to have packaging this stunning, the fragrance better match its energy. So the top notes are mint, thyme, lavender, lemon. The middle, leather, pepper, geranium. And the base, amber, vanilla, and cashmere. So this opening is herbal, bright, and zesty. I mean, you have the mint, thyme, and lavender and lemon. It's like some type of tea, but with way more depth. So I would say you can also pair tea fragrances with this. As it dries down, you get that leather, and the floral was also a nice touch to balance out that leather note. And even as it dries down, I still get the mint and the citrus. Now the dry down with the amber, vanilla, and cashmere, it's silky, it's warm. It also has a comforting feel to it. Overall, this one is unique. It's a beautiful balance of fresh, herbal, spicy, and warm notes that can give you a comforting vibe from it, but still very perfumey and has some boldness in there. And I would categorize this one that it can be a unisex fragrance. Now the projection on this one is insane. I'm talking 4 hours, it was still coming up off of me and I was getting whiffs of it. This one took me well over 6 hours and I was amazed by the projection and the lasting power on this one. If you're into herbal fragrances with a little mystery, you will really enjoy it. The last one I have is Oud Intense, and this is another packaging that I love. It looks like it's on a real wood display. I mean, look at that. It is beautiful. Like, you just cannot get rid of these boxes. It's too much work put in them and very well made. So I'm going to display the scent notes because there's a long list of them. I'm going to explain the particular ones that I pick up the most out of the list. Let me just say this one is a bold one. If you like those standout fragrances and you want to be different from everyone and you want the scent to linger throughout the room and you love oud, yes, I get a strong opening with the rose and the jasmine. It smells really rich, like rich florals. I mean, we're all familiar with those notes, but they just smell really rich in this one, like just a bouquet. And it also gives me some powderness too. As it was drying down, I did pick up some fruity notes, I'm sure from the raspberry and dried fruits. The dried fruits and raspberry mix in with those rich florals. It smells so seductive. This is like a seductive, sexy fragrance here. Like, this is giving I'm the owner type fragrance. Like, I run this room type fragrance. I'm outspoken type fragrance. It also had a strong note of smoky and woodiness. I mean, it just kept getting more intense. Like, the intense name in the fragrance, it's serious business, because as it dries down, it kept getting more and more layers to it. And the dry down is sensual, but keeping it at that bold level. You have a rich floral opening, a fruity, smoky, woody middle, and the dry down is just sensual, but still holds on to all the bold and intense notes in there. I would also say this is another unisex fragrance. I can have a lot of fun with this one when it comes to layering, because I can add a lot of sweetness to it because it already has the intense that it needs. It does not need any help adding in a more floral note or more smoky, intense. I mean, everything is already in here. It does good on its own. So pairing it with some sweet fragrances will be amazing. And the last thing out of all of them, this one is the longest lasting one. This one got me past the 8-hour mark and it was still there. It was just lingering for hours. It took a while for it to calm down, and even after that, it was still in the air. And I did not go heavy on this one. Y'all know I'm a heavy sprayer. With this one, no, I did 2 sprays and that's all I had to do, because any more I would have definitely overwhelmed myself. But if that's what you want to do with this one, I'm all for it. Okay guys, that was my review with Maison de l'Avenir. These are some pretty amazing fragrances. Definitely something new in my collection. Out of all of my fragrances I have, from the perfumes and the body sprays, I don't have anything like these in my collection. So these are definitely something new, refreshing, and unique. From the packaging to the juice, top tier, and the price, can't beat that. I know they have about 15 other fragrances, and if you're having a hard time of picking out which one you want to try out, On their site, they have a fragrance finder where you can just go on there, pick out what type of style you want. I had tried it out. I had put in sensual, then asked what type of occasion, and I put romantic evening, and then the first one comes up is Oud Intense. I was not surprised by that. And then there was a couple more under that category, so that can definitely narrow it down your search on which fragrance you want to try out. I'll leave the link below for where you can find these, and also to the founder video to get a little bit more information about the vibe of the brand. But if you decide to try these out now in the future, definitely let me know what you think, and what do y'all think with the packaging with these. And y'all know I'm all for bringing y'all some new companies to try out. A lot of y'all had told me y'all have been trying out the brands that I talked about in previous years and videos, and y'all come back and tell me how y'all love them, and I love that. So I think we're off to a good start this year, and I can't wait to see what else is there to explore. But if you haven't already, subscribe and join the KSL gang. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. And let's make this an amazing year. Hey KSL gang, if you're into ASMR, make sure to check out my other channel, Kookies, ASMR stories and reviews. Also, if you're looking for quick, easy recipes, check out my other channel in Keke's Kitchen. I'll see you over there.